Hello beautiful souls, it's Morgana, Sophia astrologer. I'm just out having a cheeky lunchtime walk with my dog because I'm between appointments and there's a real need to ground in those energies of that full moon in Cancer yesterday, which was quite powerful, quite potent. Not only did we have the full moon in Cancer, we've still got Mars retrograding through Cancer, Cancer being the sign of the home, so we're really aware of how that Mars fire is literally playing out in homes in LA. So sending huge love to anyone that's involved. It's a really interesting example of Mars going through home, really sad example as well. And it's quite interesting how in the UK, in matters relating to home, nurturing the mother, that we are getting quite a lot of headlines in the press, be careful what I say so I don't get banned, about grooming gangs, let's put it that way. So that's quite an interesting thing that's really coming up while Mars is moving through the sign of Luna, the natural mother. So from that full moon yesterday, we're sort of on that full moon hangover, and there's still a lot more to come this month, there's still a lot more to come this year, actually, if we're really honest. But what I really want to focus in at the moment is January. There's a lot going on for us astrologically. This Mars retrograde is really pushing some interesting buttons at the moment. Not only have we got that, we'll go into a Venus retrograde, then a Mercury retrograde, and the nodes have shifted as well. However, what I really want to say and really be focused on is just at the moment really living from your heart. Not worrying about the external noise of what is going on, where we should be, shouldn't be, swapping hands, where we are expected to be as well. Actually, what we need to do is just keep being that living example, keep leading from our hearts without fear, and not worrying that perhaps we're not in a place where we thought we would be in January 2025. And I say that with a lot of love, and I say that having had a lot of time to talk to my guides and really tune in with the energy and really consider what we should be doing at this moment in time. There seems to be pressure that maybe we should have been at a certain point by now. And actually, we don't need to put pressure on ourselves. We need to learn that everything can't go our way during this ascension process, and things will happen, which means that the plan that we thought we were on will change, and the plan that we thought we were on may have a different trajectory. Sorry, swapping hands again. Can't manage dog and phone that way around. A different trajectory to where we think we should be, or where we are determined we need to be. So, really spent a lot of time tuning in to that energy, and the message was super clear. The message is we're exactly where we need to be at this moment in time. There's nothing to worry about, but this is the opportunity we have got to really live in love, to really live from our hearts with grace, to really embody all that we've learned, all that we're going to learn, but most importantly we're anchoring in and really integrating some of those incredibly powerful energies that have been coming through. So yes, we are wanting to anchor in 5D, 6D, 7D. It's all going to be different for us all. Most important point is that we anchor in the highest frequency, that it's for our highest good at this moment in time, and that integration happens with grace, with ease, and we're not forcing it. So when we're forcing it, I've really noticed a lot of us are feeling a little bit under the weather, whether we've got a cough, cold, bit of flu, sniffles. For many of us, actually, migraines. So for me, that's the big ascension symptom, is migraines. It's often when I am, one, physically dehydrated, two, not really listening to my body, and I often get them around big energetic shifts. Okay, so I know that's one of my symptoms, and I know how to deal with them, and I know what to expect, and sometimes even when to expect them. So we're all going through different physical symptoms. We might not be having anything at the moment. We might be being bombarded by lots of different stuff, and it really is important that we flow at the moment, that we find that grace, we find that ease, and we find that holistic way to really look after ourselves. So the nodes shifted into Virgo and Pisces, so the north node, the head of the snake in Pisces, the south node, the tail of the snake, where we have been as a collective have slithered into Pisces and Virgo. Virgo, sorry, dog's looking at a rabbit hole, is very much about health, healing. It's about holistic healing and well-being. So while things are going to be coming up in the collective, it's going to be really asking you to look after your physical health, whereas Pisces is dreamy. She is the oracular vision. She can be codependent, she can be addictive. So we're really being asked to focus on grounding in our dreams and making our dreams come to fruition, making our insights come to fruition through the Virgo in practical grounded action. So it's going to be a really interesting time, but if you are suffering physically, just that reminder to really look after your body, to really sink into your intuition and really look after yourself. Monty, is that an interesting rabbit hole? Is it? But there's more to come as well, and we can't just what's the word I'm looking for? We can't just expect bells and whistles all the time. Sometimes we have to have little fallow periods, shall we say, to allow us to do the integration work. We're always being bombarded with energy, and it's like you're on the front line, you step back, you let other people take it up for a while, and then you step forward again. That is a really great analogy. I'm sure my good friend Tim Wilde has mentioned that before as well, but it is really about looking after yourself so that you can be of service in 2025. And as I'm recording this, you know, the year is only 14 days old. It feels like January is a very long month. So not getting into a crisis about not having achieved, not having done something by the start of the year. The year is yet very, very young, and there is so much more to happen this year. So really take stock, really look after and nurture yourself. So Earth herself is really still sleeping, so we should be in that period of rest as well. And when I'm really thinking about the astrology of this week, which is what I really came on to talk about, but ascension and astrology really are two that are intermingled within my work. We have got Saturn, Neptune towards the end of Pisces, and we have Venus in Pisces as well. So Venus and Saturn are very close to conjunction as I'm recording this, and Neptune's really hanging out at that end degree of Pisces, really making herself known. So Venus in Pisces is really, really dreamy. It's in my natal chart actually. Venus in Pisces, we are the lovers, we are the ones who really expect, you know, knight in shining armour. It's medieval kind of bonk busting romance and fiction. And then we forget to have boundaries, and we become lost in that sea of codependency and addiction to love, essentially. So she's really coming in to remind us to be dreamy, but Saturn, again, it is all about boundaries. So it's a very watery time with Venus loving her way through Pisces, Saturn really asking us to put some firm boundaries and foundations, and Neptune just sort of disrupting at the end, really dissolving away anything that we thought was safe and dissolving those foundations sometimes that Saturn has put in. It's going to be a really curious few months. So we have all that happening, and then yesterday, although Luna has moved on herself, we had both Luna and Mars in the watery sign of Cancer as well, giving us that really flowing feeling at the moment. This real need to be with the energy rather than fighting against it. And that for me is a real theme for the rest of the month. But we do have the excitement that when we move on to the 19th, then Sol, our sun, moves into the maverick sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, the chalice bearer of the new Aeon. She is a beautiful air sign, actually. Most people think she's a water sign, she's an air sign. But she carries the chalice from which flows the water of the new Aeon, flows the water of new Earth, if you prefer that. And she's really holding us to her. And she's offering us her cup of these new waters filled with what I like to call the divine Sophia energy, the energy of the new Aeon, the energy of Aquarius, the life water, which was going to really move us into the new Aeon. And she's asking us to drink that, to become refreshed, but also to become a little bit more rebellious, a little bit more of a maverick. I love Aquarius, it's quite a rebellious sign, and it's really asking us, can we, during Aquarius period, can we, as we move into the age of Aquarius, it's a big debate around when the age of Aquarius starts. I've written a book about it, I'm not going to go into it in detail, but can we be heart-led rebels as we move forward? Whatever happens, will we rebel from a place of love? It's a big question. And I'm going to leave you to think about that as I walk back down the hill. You might have been able to hear crow in the background as well, kind of squawking away to you. So it's a bit of a walk and talk, so not apologising for the fact that the camera's bouncing around at all the time. So I'm wishing you a very, very beautiful week ahead. If you do want a birth chart reading, just drop me a DM or hello at morganasophia.com, or we can get that sorted out. So from me and from my very, very trusted boy, who hopefully might come in for a quick selfie, Monty, say hello, say hello. Sending you so much love. Take care. Bye bye.